Have you ever completely misinterpreted a situation and embarrassed yourself in front of everyone? I work as a software developer. Our company decided to hold a team-building event at a local escape room. I usually avoid these kinds of things. I prefer to stay home and play video games. I decided to go because my boss told me it was important for team morale. I do not want to hurt my career. I agreed to participate in the escape room. I figured I could at least pretend to have fun. The company paid for it anyway. I did not want to seem antisocial. I got to the location with the rest of my team. I waited for instructions. I did not know most of my coworkers very well. I usually eat lunch at my desk. I did not make an effort to socialize. The company culture pushes teamwork. I stood awkwardly while they divided us into groups. I ended up in a group with my manager. I also had a coworker named Sarah in my group. She works in marketing. I did not know her well. There was a new hire in our group too. I did not remember his name. I think it might have started with AJ. We followed the game master to our room. The game master explained that we needed to steal the money. I listened to the instructions. We split into two groups. My group consisted of me, my boss, a woman from marketing, and a new guy who started last week. We entered the escape room. The theme was some kind of bank heist. The game master explained the rules. We had 1 hour to solve the puzzles and escape with the fake money. The room contained several locked boxes, cryptic symbols, and a large painting on the wall. My boss immediately started shouting instructions. He wanted to take charge. The woman from marketing began examining the painting. The new guy stood silently in the corner. I started looking at the locked boxes. I thought maybe there was a clue hidden on one of them. I touched each box carefully. The surfaces felt smooth and cold. I tried to see if any of them had a hidden opening. I noticed one box had a tiny scratch near the lock. I ran my fingernail over it. I felt a slight indentation. It seemed like something might have been attached there. I wondered what it was and if it was important. I decided to check the other boxes for similar marks. This seemed more productive than just guessing. I moved to the next box. This one had some strange symbols etched into the metal. I did not recognize them. They looked ancient. I tried to copy them down in my notebook. My boss was still pacing around the room. He seemed anxious. The woman from marketing walked over to us. She said she had the number sequence. She read it out loud. It was 8 digits long. My boss told me to try the code on the keypad. I found a small keypad on one box. I typed in random numbers. Nothing happened. My boss told me to focus on the clues. He said we did not have time to waste. The woman from marketing announced she found a sequence of numbers hidden in the painting. She thought it might be the code for one of the locks. My boss tried the numbers on a different locked box. It did not work. He became frustrated. He started pacing around the room. I noticed the new guy was still standing in the corner. I walked over to him. I asked him if he had any ideas. He mumbled something about a hidden compartment. I did not hear him clearly. I asked him to speak louder. I could barely hear him. He said he thought one of the paintings on the wall might be hiding something. He had seen something similar in a movie once. He felt it was worth a shot. I did not want to dismiss any ideas. We had tried so many things already. I told him to go ahead and check the paintings. I had no better ideas. He walked toward the largest painting. He started feeling around the frame. He pressed on different parts of the canvas. Nothing seemed to happen. My boss stopped pacing. He watched us with a skeptical expression. I think he thought we were wasting time. I hoped the new guy found something. I wanted to prove my boss wrong. I asked him to repeat himself. He said he thought there might be a hidden compartment behind the painting. I told him to check it out. He hesitated. My boss overheard our conversation. He told us to stop whispering and contribute to the team effort. The woman from marketing returned to examining the painting. She ran her hands along the frame. She discovered a small button hidden on the side. She pressed it. A section of the wall slid open. Behind it was a small compartment containing a key. The woman took the key from the compartment. She looked around the room. She tried the key in a few of the drawers of a nearby desk. None of them opened. She then noticed a small safe behind another painting. She walked over to it. She inserted the key. It turned. She opened the safe. Inside was a single flash drive. She took the flash drive to a computer. We all gathered around the screen. She plugged it in. A folder appeared. It contained a single document. She opened the document. It was a list of names and dates. My name was on the list. So was my boss's name. The new guy's name was also on the list, along with the woman from marketing's. I did not understand what the list meant. My boss cheered. He said the woman from marketing saved the day. She blushed. She said it was just a lucky guess. I felt stupid. The new guy remained silent. He continued to stand in the corner. My boss used the key to open one of the locked boxes. Inside was a riddle. He read the riddle aloud. He asked if anyone knew the answer. The woman from marketing guessed the answer immediately. She was correct. The riddle led us to another clue hidden inside a book. The book was a very old copy of a dictionary. The clue was written in invisible ink. My boss used a special light to reveal the message. It directed us to look behind a painting. The woman from marketing located the correct painting. Behind it was a small safe. We did not know the combination. Another riddle was attached to the safe. This one was much harder. Everyone tried to solve it. The woman from marketing eventually figured it out. She entered the combination. The safe opened. Inside was a key. We assumed it unlocked the final box. My boss used it on the last lock. He opened the final box. Inside was a certificate that said we escaped. We had officially completed the escape room. I felt a small sense of accomplishment. It was mostly due to the woman from marketing. I wondered if I should try escape rooms again. We continued to solve the puzzles. My boss took charge. The woman from marketing found most of the clues. I felt increasingly useless. The new guy still did not participate. I began to wonder why he came to the escape room. With only 10 minutes left, we found the final code needed to unlock the main door. My boss punched in the code. The door clicked open. We escaped. My boss high-fived everyone. He congratulated us on our teamwork. After we exited the escape room, we walked into the lobby. I felt relieved. My heart slowed down. I wondered if I would ever do something like that again. I think I would prefer to stay at my desk. The blinking lights and the fake pressure were not fun. It was a bit too much. I prefer real pressure. Real pressure is easier to manage. We waited for the game master to reset the room. He checked the cameras. He replaced some props. He made sure the room was ready for the next group. He emerged from the room and called us over. He seemed happy. I thought he would be bored doing that all day. I guess some people like puzzles. I do not like puzzles that much. The game master told us we completed the escape room with only 5 minutes to spare. He said we were one of the fastest teams he had seen. My boss beamed with pride. He took all the credit. The woman from marketing smiled modestly. I felt relieved it was over. The new guy quietly slipped away. He disappeared into the crowd. I did not see him again. The adrenaline from the presentation faded quickly. I felt drained. I collected my things and headed for the door. My boss stopped me and told me everyone was going out. He seemed insistent I join them. I did not want to go. I felt obligated. I told myself it would be good to unwind. Socializing with coworkers is part of the job. I could use a drink anyway. I followed the group to the bar down the street. I ordered a beer and found a table. I sat down and tried to relax. I hoped the night would end quickly. We went to a nearby bar to celebrate. My boss bought everyone drinks. He gave a speech about the importance of teamwork and communication. I sat quietly and listened. The woman from marketing flirted with my boss. After a couple of drinks, I decided to talk to the woman from marketing. I wanted to compliment her on her puzzle-solving skills. I walked over to her. She was laughing at something my boss said. I thought about leaving them alone, but I really wanted to tell her about the project. It was a difficult project. Her idea helped a lot. I listened to the end of my boss's story. It was a story about his dog. I do not like dogs. I waited for her to stop laughing. When she stopped laughing, I spoke. I told her I liked her idea. She turned to me. She seemed surprised I was there. My boss turned to me too. He looked like he wanted to say something. I did not give him a chance. I told her the idea saved me a lot of work. She smiled and said thank you. I stood awkwardly beside them. I waited for a pause in their conversation. My boss finally noticed me. He asked me if I wanted another drink. I said no. I wanted to tell the woman from marketing she did a good job. I cleared my throat. I began to speak. I told her she was very observant during the escape room. I said she found all the important clues. She thanked me. She said she enjoys puzzles. I laughed nervously after she thanked me. I did not expect the conversation to end so quickly. I wanted to say something else. I racked my brain for another topic. Talking is difficult for me in general. Initiating conversation feels impossible. I usually just wait for someone else to speak first. I do not understand how other people converse easily. They seem to transition from topic to topic smoothly. I struggle to find the next thing to say. I thought about commenting on the escape room again. I worried that it would sound repetitive. I tried to think of something personal to ask. I knew very little about her beyond her puzzle skills. I did not want to ask an inappropriate question. I have a habit of saying the wrong thing. My filter malfunctions when I am anxious. I should have planned out some conversation starters in advance. Now I was stuck grasping for anything. I blurted out the first thing that came to my mind. I told her she had a nice rack. I wanted to continue the conversation. I felt nervous. I did not know what to say next. I blurted out the first thing that came to my mind. I told her she had a nice rack. The woman from marketing stopped smiling. She stared at me with a shocked expression. My boss choked on his drink. He turned red in the face. I immediately realized my mistake. I wanted to disappear. The silence in the room felt thick. I could hear the hum of the air conditioning. My heart pounded in my chest. I needed to say something to fix this. I had to explain myself quickly. I searched my brain for the right words, but they seemed stuck. The woman's face remained frozen. My boss continued to cough. I felt sweat trickle down my back. I had created a terrible misunderstanding. The comment I made was about her opening server racks. I work in the IT department. We use the term racks all the time. It is industry slang for locked server cabinets. I did not consider how it sounded in a different context. I should have thought before I spoke. Now I have to deal with the consequences of my thoughtlessness. I hope she will believe my explanation. I just wanted to compliment her skills. I tried to explain. I stammered. I told her I did not mean it like that. I said I was referring to the locked boxes. I meant she had a knack for opening locked boxes. The locked boxes are often referred to as racks. My explanation made things worse. The woman from marketing became even more angry. She accused me of being inappropriate. She said she was going to report me to human resources. My boss looked disgusted. He shook his head. I felt sick to my stomach after she mentioned human resources. This could seriously impact my job. I have never had a complaint filed against me before. I always try to be professional. I am generally well liked at work. Now I might lose my job over this. I was just trying to make a connection. I should have known better than to say anything personal at all. Work is not the place for that. I embarrassed myself. I also made my boss uncomfortable. I need this job. I have bills to pay. I am saving for a down payment on a house. This one stupid comment could ruin everything. I panicked internally. I needed to do damage control immediately. I turned to my boss. I asked him to please tell me what I should do. I said I valued my position at the company. I told him I respected his leadership. I hoped he would intervene on my behalf. I knew this woman in marketing had a reputation for overreacting. Maybe he knew that too. Maybe he would see this as an honest mistake. He just sighed heavily. I could tell he was not happy with me. I apologized profusely. I begged her to forgive me. I said I was just trying to be friendly. I did not want to offend her. She did not accept my apology. She stormed away. My boss told me I was an idiot. He said I ruined the team building event. He said I embarrassed the company. He told me to go home. I left the bar feeling ashamed. I spent the rest of the night replaying the incident in my head. I could not believe I said something so stupid. I worried about the consequences. The next day at work, the woman from marketing avoided me. My boss glared at me. The new guy did not come to work. I assumed he quit. I felt like everyone was talking about me. Later that day, I received a summons to the Human Resources office. I met with the Human Resources manager. She informed me the woman from marketing filed a complaint against me. She accused me of sexual harassment. I explained my side of the story. I told the Human Resources manager it was a misunderstanding. I said I did not intend to make the woman from marketing uncomfortable. I told her I meant she was good at opening locked boxes. The Human Resources manager listened to my explanation. She did not seem convinced. She said my comment was still inappropriate. She said I should have been more careful with my words. She issued me a written warning. She told me if I made another offensive comment, I would be fired. I signed the warning. I left the Human Resources office feeling humiliated. I avoided the woman from marketing for several weeks. I did not speak to her. She did not speak to me. The atmosphere at work was tense. My boss continued to treat me coldly. Eventually, the situation calmed down. The woman from marketing seemed to forget about the incident. My boss started to treat me normally again. I learned a valuable lesson about the importance of thinking before speaking. I still feel embarrassed when I think about that day. I wish I could take back what I said. It was a stupid mistake. I hope the woman from marketing has forgiven me. I will never participate in another team building event as long as I live. It is too much pressure. I saw the new guy at a grocery store a few months later. I almost did not recognize him. He shaved his beard. He acted like he did not know me. I did not press the issue. I just walked away. I am still not sure what he did before he started working at my company.